So I've decided that I'm going to give you a quick update. Even though there's not much going on in the garden, it is a very beautiful day out. It's warm, it's sunny, and the clouds are gorgeous. So here we go. I mentioned yesterday that the beefsteaks were starting to turn red. I've got 3 on this trestle here, and I've got some cherry tomatoes with a little bit of what looks like trestles about to pop out. And I have confirmed through the curling of the leaves that this is blight that is attacking the plant. So, it is what it is. It's the end of the season, it is September, and the tomatoes are still producing like you would not believe. Despite the blight, there is new growth coming out constantly unaffected from it, so it is growing faster than the blight is affecting it. And I do have new cherry tomatoes from the trestles that I've been receiving. I even have a cherry tomato that is almost ready to pick. And new growth growing out right next to the affected blight. Yeah, this is pretty bad back here. This is the cherry tomato. And yet the cherry tomato is doing the best. So I could go in and snip it all off and toss it on the other side of the building, but I'm not going to, because once these tomatoes ripen up, this plant is done for the season. Now the jalapenos, something weird is going on with them. I do have a new branch growing out here, but I've got my jalapenos at the bottom, but I also have these little guys that don't seem to be getting any bigger. Yeah, and I have a branch right here that got bent. And I don't know when it got bent, but it got bent. So, a whole bunch of little jalapenos and a whole bunch of big red ones. Moving on to the Cubanelle, I have a whole bunch of flowers up at the top on this guy and over here that are about to start opening, as well as the ones that are tipping this plant over on the other side. They blend in very well. They're the same color as the leaves. I even have this one right here. But this right here is the stem on the green bell pepper that has not produced any peppers yet. And I'm watching these little guys carefully to see if they start growing, but I did notice I have a deformed flower that came out and a whole bunch of little buds up at the top. And I do have a couple peppers that are quite large and a few little small ones, as I've been showing you, even over here. And of course the beans are being prolific with their growth and putting out flowers, and it's phenomenal. Yeah, quite surprising actually, especially for the season and the fact that it's 70 degrees and not even noon yet in the second week of September. That's also surprising. So the cucumbers are doing what the cucumbers do, and it's kind of funny because half of the cucumber is normal size and the rest is itty bitty, and this is all of them. So I think I'm going to be lopping them off and getting rid of the plant, but at the same time I have a whole bunch of new growth and new little baby female cucumber flowers, so I might just leave it and see if they come out normal. And one of the trestles that I've been growing tomatoes on was bent something awful on Anna's tomato plant. Yeah, bent right there. So I don't know what's going to happen to those tomatoes, but I have a whole bunch of these guys up here. Hopefully that makes a comeback and it heals itself and it'll grow even though it's bent, because it's not snapped yet. And we did get a spider making a nest over here. And for once, I don't have to pick up the pepper plant. I know, right? So this is what happens when the long guy comes. My plants get hurt. And we had a different long guy this time too. So I have a snapped pepper and a snapped tomato. And I've been trying not to show you this, but I feel I have to. This little stick thing down here, that was one of the marigolds. It didn't make it because of the spider mites. But spider mites are almost gone. As soon as these bugs started coming and eating the leaves, the spider mites disappeared. However, I also haven't seen Mr. Mantis in a few days. So I'm hoping he's around here somewhere, just hiding. But, yeah. Thank you all for watching. This is a very quick update because it's a nice day. I might be back out later, if it's not too dark, with the kids, picking some of these jalapenos and trying my hardest not to let Anna pick the ones that I have for seeds. So, it would be 2 that I'd be picking. Nothing fancy. And, I'll keep you posted on this new growth that I have going on here. And this new growth is completely unaffected from spider mites. So hopefully I'll get some more cucumbers. That'd be ideal. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, and remember, pretty soon I'm going to be picking some green beans too. The joys of cutting your plants back. And even though they get all gnarly and dead looking, they will come back. As long as they're green at the bottom. So don't feel bad about cutting them back after your first harvest. They will grow back and they will produce more. Yeah. And it looks like this Cubanelle is starting to ripening up. Got some red markings on it, so we'll see what happens. Again, thank you all for watching, and share the video. If you like what you see, let your friends see it too. Get the word out there. I'm only out here to try and help everybody to understand that you can garden in limited space. No matter what your circumstances are, you can garden. And yeah, somebody moved my pot, so I gotta fix that, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you all for watching.